Every time I light an incense stick, I like to let my thoughts slow down for a while. The other day, a thought carried me somewhere far away. I'd love to share those thoughts with you, while the fragrance slowly fills the air. We live in a time when almost everyone has learned how to consume information, but very few people still know how to truly inhabit a moment. We can find almost any answer in just a few seconds. We've learned to do several things at once. We're always rushing to the next appointment, the next task, the next screen, and without even noticing, sometimes we go through an entire day without ever being fully present in a single moment. That's why I decided to try a little experiment here on this channel. From today on, I'd like to share not only thoughts and reflections, but above all, the small, everyday rituals that, for me, make all the difference. Today, my daughter and I made lunch together. She's vegetarian, so naturally our meal took a slightly different direction. While the cauliflower was cooking, I began gathering, little by little, everything we already had in the kitchen. Beets, carrots, apples, red onion, fresh greens, seeds. Simple ingredients that together would become a meal prepared with care. Meanwhile, my daughter was making the rice. Nothing fancy, just food prepared with time and joy, not to teach a new way of living, but to practice, together, a more conscious way of moving through our days. Because I'm still learning too. I'm simply a curious soul, trying to live with a little more wonder and presence, to better understand the mysteries of life. If that's your path as well, you're truly welcome here. At one point, my daughter took some vegetable peels to our tortoise, and I found myself watching that simple scene. The peels that had already fulfilled their purpose for us were now nourishing another form of life. Nature does this all the time. It transforms, it shares, it gives back. Perhaps we can live that way too. Perhaps presence is exactly that, realizing that we're all part of the same cycle. As I was preparing this meal, I noticed something once again. I'm convinced that spirituality doesn't exist only in extraordinary places. It lives in the way we relate to life, in the way we wash a piece of fruit, the way we choose our herbs and spices, the way we pause to enjoy the fragrance of a fresh herb, or in the simple act of preparing a meal with love. Spirituality can certainly blossom in temples, on retreats, during profound experiences, of course, but it also lives in our own homes. It reveals itself in small gestures, whenever we're truly present. Sometimes I wonder, how many stories can live inside a kitchen? Recipes that have traveled through generations, small gestures we learned without even realizing it. The way we cut an ingredient, the way we taste a sauce, the way we wait for the water to boil. Perhaps many of those simple gestures reached us through the hands of our mothers, our grandmothers, or someone who, one day, prepared a meal with love so that someone else could keep living. And cooking can also become a form of prayer, a way of connecting with the sacred, not because we repeat sacred words, but because we bring presence, care, love into every gesture. And that is exactly what transforms a simple meal into something sacred. We're always searching for extraordinary experiences. Meanwhile, life keeps offering us small miracles every single day. The aroma of food, sunlight coming through the window, a conversation, a meal shared with family, or even one prepared just for yourself. Why not? There is a word that I misunderstood for a very long time: abundance. I used to believe abundance meant having more and more. Today, I think it begins when we learn to truly see what is already here. A carrot, a leaf, a handful of seeds, food that grew from the earth, passed through so many hands, and now rests upon our table. Perhaps eating is also a way of remembering. Remembering that we belong to nature, that what nourishes us was born from the very same life that we are part of. Every meal is a quiet meeting with the earth, with the sun, with the rain, with time. And perhaps the more awareness we bring to that meeting, the more we realize that we were never truly separate from it. After all, that's exactly what I've been searching for. Not a perfect life, simply a more conscious one gesture at a time. Sometimes I find myself wondering, when did cooking stop being simply a necessity and become another race against the clock? We've become so good at saving time, but without even realizing it, we've also let a few precious moments slip away. Moments with family, with conversation, with silence, and even with ourselves. There is a word that I love, presence, because it doesn't ask life to change. It simply changes the way we arrive at each moment. People often say, we are what we eat. I wonder if we're also shaped by the way we prepare our food. The hurry, the care, the distraction, the gratitude, all of it becomes part of the meal. There's something deeply beautiful about preparing food, because almost everything before us has traveled a long way to reach this table. The sun, the rain, the earth, the seeds, the hands of so many people. We may never have the chance to know, and somehow they're all sitting here with us. While this video continues, I'd like to invite you to try something. You don't have to answer, just notice. How is your breathing right now? Is it calm, or was it already rushing before this video even began? Maybe the sacred was never hidden at all. Maybe it was simply our hurry that kept us from seeing it. After all, that's exactly what I've been searching for. Not a perfect life, simply a more conscious one. When we cook, we're rarely alone. A quiet memory lives within every gesture, a memory that isn't written in books, but in our hands, in familiar aromas, in the herbs and spices we choose. Perhaps that's why a kitchen can also be a sacred place. There's one moment I try not to miss: the silence before the very first bite, the moment of giving thanks, not because life is perfect, it isn't, but because even in the middle of life's challenges, it still offers us reasons to say, thank you. Today I gave thanks for the food, for the earth that grew it, for the hands that cultivated it, for my daughter beside me, for our tortoise, who in her own way was also part of this moment. And I realized that perhaps gratitude does exactly this. It brings us back to the whole. It reminds us that we're part of the same life, and above all, it brings us back to the present moment. If this video inspired you to live with just a little more presence, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Perhaps this is only the first of many small rituals we'll share here together. And if you know someone who's also looking for a more conscious way of living, share this video with them. Who knows, maybe the next time they light an incense stick or prepare a meal, they'll remember to slow down and breathe a little more deeply. And perhaps the two of you will share that moment together, because spirituality doesn't begin when we step away from life. It begins when we return to it. Until our next gathering,